Okay, it's February the 18th, and I want to do just a little short video on this new table that I got. 6 foot long by 30 inches wide. Plastic table, PVC table, whatever you want to call it. And I am so impressed with pretty much all DIY furniture that you buy nowadays. And this is not really a DIY piece of furniture because there's no assembly involved. But I classify it, pretty much the same way. But the point I'm making is that all DIY furniture, and this table was no exception, is so well packaged to prevent damage during shipment. Something like this is going to be dragged along the ground in the warehouse, out in the yard when the delivery man brings it to your door and everything. So this is what they did. They made these little plastic corners to go on the table so that when the box is dragged on the ground and it's worn through, it won't scratch up the corner of the table. What a great idea. So this is a $106 table, and there were cheaper ones. And I read a lot of reviews on a lot of tables. But for every time I open my microwave door, I have to hold the table because it rocks so much. Planning on using this table as a desk, so I wanted something sturdy. This table is sturdy as a rock. A little bit wobbly this way, which is to be expected, I suppose. And also, I love the idea that it has 3 different height positions. And in one of the reviews, the user or the purchaser did a video, and he talked a lot about the adjustment system for the height. And I'll tell you, it's a super sweet adjustment system. All you do is press these 2 red together. They're spring loaded. Just press them together. You move it just enough to get it out of its slot, and then you just pull it up until it latches in the next position. Do the same thing if you want it in the next position. Boom. Now you got it in the lowest position, which is a great position for children. And he talked about it takes 2 people, or it's better to have 2 people, but really, all you have to do is lift the table up, put it on your shoulder like this, pull the latches, and then push them down. Why would you pay $106 when you can buy the same size table for $60 or $65? Well, I think it's a better table, so I went with this one. That's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
At this time, so they lock onto a little hook in the table there, right there, and there you have it. Now, I want to go over some of the features of the table. Something I didn't like about the table, I didn't feel that pressing those 2 orange things was all that easy. Mine would get stuck. It required some extra force that was very difficult to do with one hand. There was also at one point where we had the table, we didn't know how many notches it went up, so we took it all the way up to the top, and we're like struggling to get it down, and then the leg came out. which was easy enough to put back in. But you can see here I'm pressing both together. You're going to need your foot there to hold the base down. and someone on the other side if you can, but otherwise, there you go. Yeah, there was always one orange button that I found very difficult. So then you lift it, it will automatically lock at the next level. So I had help on the other end of the table, and it will do that. That's the second middle height, and then it'll go to the third height. Now we thought it would go up one more. We weren't sure. I just new table, and we pulled the leg out. So be careful there. Now this is the highest it's going to go. I did measure them for you. I'll show you in a minute. Very sturdy. I do like that. Very lightweight at the same time. Really convenient. The table measures exactly pretty much what they say in the directions. This is about 30 inches wide. I don't think they give you that dimension. But anyway, this is the length should be 6 feet. Let's find out. Boom. Exactly 6 feet. And then the first height that I measured was the shortest height, the lowest height. And so from floor to the very top of the table, we get about 23 and a half inches. They say 24. 24 works for me. Let's see. And then this is the middle height, which was the 29 inches. They say 29 inches. Bingo. And then for the highest table height, and you can see that we have it a little slanted there. It was about 3 feet or 36 inches, exactly what they said it would be. Okay, I did want to show you, we're back in time now to show you how I dislocated the leg. My friend was helping me push the leg down. I was going up one more level, and bam, they came out. Now, I wanted to show you this, not because there's a defect in the table, but it's not a problem if this happens. This little plug in the top came out, and it took us a minute to figure out where it would go. So it goes. We just put it right there, which is like the other one on the other side, and then it went right back in. The table actually showed no sign of this being a problem. Now, to show you that it only goes 3 levels, and I think it's really important when it's at the 3-foot level not to pull it up anymore. It gets wobbly. So that's how you'll know, like, this table is very solid. Now, if you see me pushing in those orange tabs, the one on the right consistently was very difficult to push on both sides. And I don't like that quality. I think that's something I think they should work on for the pricing. I think these things should work fairly smoothly. And they do overall, but it cannot be done with one hand. For me, it needed to be two-handed, and then I keep a foot on the leg. So it wasn't horribly hard to do. It's just that it took a little effort that I didn't expect. Okay, that's it. It's a great table. I think if you can use tables like this in any sort of function that you have, I think you'll enjoy it.